The Polk County Library Cooperative was formed October 1st, 1997 through an interlocal agreement between the 13 municipalities with public libraries and the Board of County Commissioners. Their story, the services they provide to the community, and how you can check them out is coming up on Polk Place. Hi, welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Jeremy Morady. And with me today here in the studio is Jennifer Kovac, the Outreach Services Librarian for the Polk County Library Cooperative, and Gladys Roberts, the Cooperative Coordinator for the Polk County Library Cooperative. Thank you guys so much for coming in.
Thank you. Our pleasure to be here.
Well, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what the cooperative does and all the new things you have going on now that a lot of folks might know about. But I really want to kind of take a step back and learn about the history and how the cooperative formed and kind of what predated that as well, and what libraries looked like in Polk County beforehand.
Be happy to do that.
All right.
Prior to 1997, we had 13 municipalities here in Polk County that had public libraries. If you lived in the city, you got your services as part of your regular city property taxes. But if you lived outside of the city limits, then you had to pay an out-of-city property fee to use the library. Over 2/3 of the population back in 1997 lived outside of city limits in the unincorporated area. So in '97, the Polk County Board of County Commissioners and those 13 cities with the public libraries signed interlocal agreements with each other, offering the use of all the existing public libraries, with the county offsetting the cost of adding those additional borrowers. So we were formed by an interlocal agreement, and we started service on October 1st of 1997.
How did it work in those early days with the sharing of materials and all of that and working that out?
It worked very well. We've grown a lot since then. When we first started out, for $1, we got a Meals on Wheels old 1978 cargo van, and 3 days a week we drove it around the libraries and moved materials. We began with that. The very first thing we did was buy a fax machine for every library because it was long distance to call one another. We didn't have computers in the libraries then, so to exchange information we used the fax machine, and we would fax each other, "Do you have this item? Okay, the delivery van will pick it up." So we started with that, and now we've moved up to, we have a truck that goes 5 days a week to all of the locations and moves the materials around quite smoothly.
All right, so now someone who maybe not all that familiar with libraries in Polk County and how you get your library card and all of that, walk us through that process.
It's very easy to get a library card. If you're a resident of Polk County, if you own property, or if you're a student here in Polk County or even work for Polk County government, you can get a library card. It's free. All you need to do is just show proof that you live here in Polk County. A driver's license will do just fine, along with a utility bill. And then it gives you access to 15 public libraries that are spaced out throughout the county. That spans over 13 cities here in Polk County. And once you register at one library, you can use all of the libraries. So it's a wonderful benefit. If you can't make it to your library, we have a bookmobile that makes 13 stops that are strategically placed throughout the county. We want to make sure that everyone in our county has accessible, convenient library services. So we made sure to have those spots in places like in an unincorporated Polk County. So you can access the latest, newest titles and books and movies on that bookmobile.
Well, I know, for folks like myself, granted I do work for the Board of County Commissioners, so I fall into that exemption, but you guys have partnerships with outside counties too. And I know there's a lot of folks that, commute here, back and forth to various counties, Hillsborough being one of them. Talk to us a little bit about that partnership that you guys have with the outside counties.
And we do. We have reciprocal borrowing relationships. What's wonderful about that is we have a lot of people that live here that commute and they work outside of the county. So it's a wonderful convenience to be able to go to your Osceola, your Hillsborough County, your Pinellas counties, all of our neighboring counties. You can go, you can get a library card, and you can take advantage of the resources and services that they provide. You can check out their materials. The one thing that you do have to do is you do have to return their items directly to the library that you borrowed it from. But it makes it wonderful, like I said, especially for those that are commuting back and forth. It just makes it easy and convenient for them to have those library services.
And likewise, so if they lived in
Same
Hillsborough, they could come over to, say, the Lakeland Public Library, check out some
Absolutely.
material if they work over here or whatnot, and then take it back there.
Yes, it's
Okay.
a beautiful relationship, and it works both ways.
All right. Well, getting through, some more of that technological stuff that you guys have been adding on to over the years past the 1977 van. Walk us through a little bit how that transition has gone to what you have now. I mean, the downloadable books and, movies and, all kinds of different things that you guys have is pretty phenomenal.
Lots of emerging technologies, and I think that's been one of the largest challenges for public libraries over these decades now that I've been involved in public libraries, is anticipating what those emerging technologies will be and what the need will be in your community, and then working to meet that need, both with the materials themselves and then with training. Because for a lot of us who didn't grow up initially with all kinds of handheld devices and things, there's been some learning curves to know how to use those things. So in the public library, I think we've done a very good job nationally, and certainly locally. We have a lot of support through the Tampa Bay Library Consortium, which is our regional cooperative, through our state library, through the Florida Library Association. But they've done a good job of helping us learn what new things are coming and how we can incorporate them, because we're always also going to be a receptacle for books. People are still always going to want to curl up in the evening with that good book, but at the same time we need to augment it with these other types of mediums that are available. So as you mentioned, now with your library card we do have access to full text databases, all kinds of journals, encyclopedias, reference materials, ebooks, all sorts of downloadable formats for all the various types of devices that people have in all of the various e-reader types, and also the various audio files that you can listen to. What started out as books on tape and then became books on CD and now is primarily books on MP3. We even have in some of our libraries what they call playaways, which are the little books on MP3 that you check out the entire device. It's its own device and the book on it.
Oh, wow.
Tablets, the iPads, just the multitude of devices that are
And
out there.
you guys have the Kindles as well that
We
folks
do.
should check out, right?
It varies from library to library. Some of our libraries have whole labs where they offer classes in-house and you have the hands-on equipment that you can use. Some of them have it that you can check out and use there in the building. Others have it set up where they have experts on staff. You bring your device in and the expert will train you on your own device. That gets very popular in January because people get lots of things for Christmas and aren't quite sure how to use them. So there's a whole influx of people in January.
I don't want to read the manual here.
Help!
Please.
But we offer one-on-one classes at the libraries. They have lots of the classes that are scheduled formal classes. They augment that with all kinds of e-learning things that they have subscribed to that you can go online and take self-paced classes. So it's really just a hodgepodge variety of all types of things. From some of our libraries now are checking out hotspots. You live in an area here in Polk County that doesn't have access to cable connections or some of the high-speed broadband internet. You can check out a hotspot and take it home and use it. Trying to make sure that children especially have access to that high-speed broadband for their educational needs. We have libraries that, we have the Lakeland Public Libraries just recently added some equipment and programs where you can take your drawer full of old photographs or VHS tapes, take it to the library, take a class to learn how to use the equipment and the software, and then digitize your own photographs and old VHS tapes and things.
No kidding.
Just
Wow.
a wide variety of things.
Okay. Well, I know I have a whole bunch of stuff at home
Me
that
too.
I should be bringing in. Wow, that is amazing. Well, I know, also one of the things, just on a personal note, that I love are the movies. You know, I'm a movie nut, and you know, so much stuff now that there aren't, you know, the movie rental stores, stuff like that. You can find a lot of the more obscure things that are out there, both for children and adults, that is just wonderful. But you know, now I mean, the technology is moving so fast between the apps, that the downloadable books and all of that. It just makes your mind spin a little bit. But now you guys also have different programs coming up through the summer as well. Is that right?
We do. Jennifer, you want to talk a little bit about our summer program?
Sure. We're looking forward to it during the summer months. We collectively are celebrating the same theme. It's Build a Better World at Your Library. So it really encourages families to stick together, take care of one another and their neighborhood, and take responsibility in caring for one another, and learning different sustainability kind of measures and that kind of thing. So you're going to find a nice variety of programs for all different ages, lots of fun, hands-on activities. We also have a lot of our special guest entertainers that will come and entertain the families, and we'll have reading incentives throughout the summer to really encourage children and adults to continue to read during the summer.
We also have a great partnership with the Rays folks. They extend on over here to Polk County. And they've had a program that we've participated in for several years called Reading with the Rays. And it's an incentive program where the kids get various incentives through the Rays program, all the way up through some tickets to selected games. So that's been very popular the last few years as well.
Wonderful. Well, that sounds like a good time. Now, if folks are wanting to learn about, you know, all the different services and everything, you know, 13 different, you know, libraries, is there one website to go to that they can find out?
There is. They should go to mypclc.org or mypclc.info. They'll both take you to the exact same place. And off of that, you'll find a listing of all the libraries. There's maps showing you where they're located. There's links directly to their website, so you can get all of their custom local information. There's information on the bookmobile and all the stops that Jennifer mentioned. We have a program called Books by Mail, where if you're not able to get to a library, or it's just not convenient for you with the hours that people work, you can go online or you can call and request up to 10 items of various types. Most libraries are lending now all of their materials this way, and we will mail them to you at your house. You can then mail them back to us at your cost, unless you qualify for the free materials for the blind and physically handicapped, and then it's free postage both ways. Or you can just return them when you're out shopping. Generally, at some point, people find themselves in one of the towns that has a library, and there's book drops outside, so you just drop them off there. We even, up at the Outpost 27 Visitor Center, have 2 vending machines. They're like candy machines, only they have library materials in them. Bestsellers and DVDs and children's books. You take your library card, you scan it, select your materials, it checks it out to you. We have a book drop in the parking lot that you can return them there. The bookmobile makes a stop there as well. So just a variety of ways that you can get information, but a good starting point is always the mypclc.info or mypclc.org, and that will branch you off into all of the databases that we talked about, all those various ways of finding us.
Great. Well, thank you guys so much. We sure do appreciate you coming in.
We appreciate it.
Polk County Library Cooperative enables the city-owned and operated public libraries to open their doors to all residents of the county, including those in the unincorporated area. Their services include structure for members to give seamless countywide library services, coordinated activities, information, and funding for member libraries, delivering materials between member libraries 5 days a week, and synchronizing continuing education and staff development opportunities for members are just some of the things they do. For more information about the Library Cooperative, you can give them a call at 863-519-8524 or look them up on the web at mypclc.org or mypclc.info.